Welcome back to the channel. So this is a Rolex Rant about the Submariner, the new Submariner. Okay, the date and no date. So pretty much, this is just a stage prop, Sea Dweller 5-digit from 2000. But pretty much what this video, I just wanted to kind of talk about the new, update to the Submariner, which I think is amazing. I think the movement is really where it's at. 70-hour power reserve. They did some things to the escapement. They've made it better. Okay, they definitely improved upon things there. What I do not like is that it's a 41 millimeter, and from what I've heard, and I've looked all over, and I can't find otherwise at the moment, but I believe the lug width is a 21 millimeter, which is just weird to me. I've never liked those weird in-between sizes like that. 20, 22, that's, what I like, you know what I mean? But a 21, that just seems a little weird. Now here's the thing is it's a beautiful watch. It's slimmed down a little bit more. They've made the case bigger, so it's a 41 millimeter. Okay, I'm sure the actual wingspan is probably about the same, 47, 48 as the older reference. But what they did was they slimmed down. They made it a 41. It's 41 across, but what they did, they slimmed down the lug horns a little bit, so it looks a little more like this reference, where it's slimmed down, more like the 5-digit reference, okay? But I just do not like the look of it with the 41 millimeter. I think that they should have stayed at a 40. It's been a 40 millimeter for 50 years. Another thing that kind of bothers me is, yeah, it's great that they're coming out with this watch, but who's going to be able to get their hands on it? The flippers are going to be all over it. They're going to go straight to the ADs. Whoever's on a call list, obviously, they're going to go buy it, and then you're going to see those all over the place. Okay, and they're going to be I think they're 9 to 10 grand retail, so they're going to be on there for 12, 13, probably higher. Just trying to, just getting it out there for anyone that wants one right away because it's a new piece. And that can be really frustrating, especially if you're getting into watches and you want a Rolex and you don't want to buy anything that's older. You want to buy something that's brand new. And, don't get me wrong, I'm a Rolex guy. I like the Rolex Submariner. I like the way it looks. It really looks like all the older Submariners. It has all that DNA, okay? It's just what bothers me is they're going higher. They're going to a 41 millimeter. And what's strange is even on the Oyster Perpetual, they changed from the 39 millimeter up to 41. So now you only have two sizes. You have a 36 and a 41 millimeter in the OP, which is, I thought the sweet spot, the perfect OP was a 39. So they're just going, in my opinion, on size, they're going the wrong direction. If you look at a lot of other brands, they're kind of taming it down a little bit. Even Seiko, they're slimming their cases down. And now all of a sudden Rolex is going up, and they went from, when they first introduced the Rolex Explorer, 42 millimeter, a few years back, whenever that was, 10 years ago, whatever that was. They did that first, then they did the regular Explorer 1, and I was thinking, man, are they going to do that to the Submariner? And they did. So that's kind of, I don't know, it bothers me. I've been around watches for a lot of my life. I love watches. I'm a late 80s, 90s kid, and I'm 41 years old, and I love the 5-digit reference Submariners. This is a Sea Dweller. The GMT Master 40 mil. Anything that's 40 mil sports Rolex, I love. They're iconic. That's what I like. So I guess I'm a 5-digit guy. I'm not into and I didn't really like the latest version before this new Submariner. I didn't really like the 1.1, not the 1.2, which is the newest, but the 1.1 reference, only because it looked bloated. The case just didn't look right because it was too bloated. So now what they did was they slimmed down the lug horns, making it look more, slimmed down like this. And I think they angled the lugs down too. but they made the case bigger. And I know it's only, you know, it's a 41, but I don't know. I think what they should have done is kept it a 40, slimmed down the lugs, kept the same bracelet, left it a 20 millimeter, and that's yet to be seen. I'm not sure if I got the wrong information on the lug width, but from what I see, it's a 21 millimeter. And not a 20. And that's, you know, lame. I mean, you want to go with, you know, when you want to throw it on a strap, a NATO, whatever, now you got to get a 21. Okay. So I think the most impressive thing with Rolex, and I've always said this, is that they always, when they make changes, they make very small changes. And that's what makes their brand, their watches, everything so timeless. All their models are just timeless. You could pick up a Submariner 50 years ago and compare it to, or a Sea Dweller. Let's say a sweet Sea Dweller, because that's what I have in front of me. You can get one from 1967 when they first came out and compare it to this, and it's very close in DNA. Okay, they will look very close to each other. But for them to go up to 40 millimeter, you know, or 41 millimeter, I don't know, it's personal taste of mine. You guys might like it. You guys, you know, can go chase after that thing, but definitely not something for me. But I mean, that's the thing that, like I said, that's what I was, you know, kind of ranting about there, is that Rolex, that's what's great about Rolex, they're just timeless. And if you look at other brands, you know, Seamasters and, you know, even Breitling's, whatever, the Seamaster, the Super Ocean from Breitling, I mean, you see a little bit of DNA in those watches, but not a whole lot. And they just keep changing. You know, they're constantly changing. And Rolex is really smart. They do subtle little changes. I just hope they don't go any bigger than a 41. I really do. I hope that they're able to scale it back, you know, go back to a 40, you know, in the next 10 years. But I am impressed with their movement. I think they've done a great job with their movement. I knew they were going to come out with a 70-hour power reserve. They have it in the Tudors. So I figured that would happen. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I just want to kind of go over that with you guys on how I felt about it. And, you know, please leave your comments. I want to hear about it. If you guys are going to be going to the ADs, trying to chase one of these new ones down. They are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They do have, you know, the green, I guess you want to call it the Kermit now, black dial with a green bezel. They got that back. No more Hulk. That's discontinued. That thing's going to shoot way up. It's probably going to be 20, 25,000. Which most discontinued Rolexes, you know, go for a premium. But the regular Sub and Submariner, the newest ones, I'm sure that they're going to command a premium at first. It's, you know, people are going to be flipping them. It's going to be like this for the next couple of years. And it's going to take a while till it settles down. If it does, and if they can't reach the demand, it's going to stay this way. So I guess it's yet to be seen. But in my opinion, I love these 5-digit reference models, the Submariners, Sea Dwellers, GMT Masters, all the sports ones. They have incredible value still at these price points. You guys need to look at them. And they're solid. They're built very, very well. They're good watches. They have great movements, especially ones from, you know, 2000 around there. That's when you got the newer 3135 movement. In my opinion, it's better than the 3035. But even though it was a good movement, this is better because it has a full balance bridge. So if you're looking to get into the Rolex line, I still think that pre-owned, older, neo-vintage, which, you know, neo-vintage like this is something that I recommend, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.